Theya's project for today is get to the point. Her objectives are to select a speech topic and determine its general and specific purposes, organize the speech in a manner that best achieves those purposes, and ensure that the beginning, body, and conclusion reinforce the purposes. Project sincerity and conviction and control any nervousness you may feel. Strive not to use notes. Thank you.
What time
I'm very sorry. It's 5 to 7 minutes.
Let's welcome Theya to the lectern.
Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, the title of my speech is In Suspense. I am going to talk about my trip to Europe. And even though I was preparing for this trip in a different way, Willie let me know that the theme of the day is humor. So I'm going to try to make it humorous by focusing on these areas, packing and stuffing, on my way, and keep you all hanging at the end. So about a couple of months ago, I decided I was going to go on this European vacation. Not that I needed a vacation. After all, my life's been like a vacation for the last year and a half. But, you know, that in itself can become like work. You know, I wake up some mornings and I have no idea what I'm going to do. And I also have this problem with discipline. And I'm having problems with feeling inspired about life. So I thought this vacation is a great thing for me. Then this vacation is going to be a backpacking trip. So I need a backpack. All I have is a day pack. So about 2 days before the trip, I decided to get this big backpack. And I have this overpacking syndrome. I mean, every time, I've traveled a lot. I have suspension for traveling. And every time I say I'm going to travel light, but I get these bags, and I feel like I have to fill it up. I got to stuff it. It's kind of like eating. You know, you don't stop. When your hunger goes away, you just keep eating until you feel stuffed. It's the same thing with me with my packing. So I was all done packing. I'm on my way. Monday morning comes, I put on my backpack. I could hardly walk 100 meters with this thing. But I'm supposed to go through Europe with this thing on my back. But it's too late to unpack and repack. So I get up, I leave. I get to Madrid, Spain. That's where I went first. And I get there like about 14 hours later the next morning. And I'm supposed to meet my niece, Elise, about an hour later there. So I'm sitting there waiting for her. Her flight arrives, and I'm waiting for her. And I'm waiting for her. And about 2 hours passes by, there's still no Elise. So I'm starting to realize she's not coming. So at that point, I'm walking over to the information desk. But I don't know how I'm going to get through that. Because, you know, I've noticed that nobody there really speaks English. And how am I going to get through this when all I know is gracias, uno, and hola. Anyway, luckily the information desk lady spoke a little bit of English, so she gave me a phone number to call to get some information about the flight. So I walk over to this wall full of payphones. They really look like modern phones, but, you know, I pick up a phone, there's no dial tone. I pick up a few of them, then I realize maybe in Spain, they don't have dial tones, so I should just start dialing numbers. Anyway, I'm dialing the numbers. These keypads are such that if I press it a little too hard, they will enter the number multiple times. If I don't press it hard enough, they don't enter the number. And I spent like 10-15 minutes just to make one call. And then I get this person on the other line, and she tells me, I got to call a different number. So I go through the same thing all over again, spending another 10-15 minutes trying to make this other call. This woman on the other line tells me, I'm sorry, Spanish law doesn't allow me to give you information. And I'm getting worked up at this point. I'm going, do you realize I only have a few euros in my pocket? I'm running out of this. I just exchanged $20. And I got about 16 euros, and I had 10 euros in bills and the coins I was running out. She said, I'm sorry, I can't help you. Have you tried contacting the family? So I hang up, and I realized, well, I need to get a phone card. There's a vending machine. So I put my 10 euros in there, because it said 10 euros and 20 euros on the vending machine. So I put the 10 euros, I don't get a phone card, and I don't get my money back. So I started kicking the machine a couple of times to see if I would, get the money back or something. Nothing happens. So I go back to the information desk lady, and she helps me to get the vending machine person over. The vending machine person comes and she says, I can't open the machine to get your money back, but the phone cards are 20 euros. If you give me another 10 euros, I'll give you a card. So I'm like, I don't have any euros. She said, I'll take dollars. It's $18. Plus the 10 euros I put in the machine. So she gave me a 20 euro card. So I go back to the phone, same thing. I got to do all this. Now I got to dial another 23 digits in addition to the phone number. So I dial, go through all of that, and it tells me insufficient funds. So I go through it all over again. Second time I go to the customer service. They tell me the card only has 10 euros because they don't want to give me the additional 10 until they open the machine and verify that. Anyway, I go back, spend another 10-15 minutes trying to call my brother. He doesn't pick up the phone. It's middle of the night here. So I hang up, and then I go, well, my niece Elise and I have the same last name. So what's the harm in calling the airlines back and telling them it's my daughter that I'm looking for, not my niece? Information, right? So I called back. I guess the Spanish law hasn't changed. They told me the same thing. We can't really give out any information. So frustrated, I hang up the phone, and this is where I'm going to keep you guys hanging. 4 hours and $40 short. I haven't a clue as to where Elise is, whether she's up in the air or what's going on. But be sure to tune in during my next speech, where I will have more information. In addition, I will also unveil the secret to losing a few pounds while on vacation, especially for you, Sue. Gracias.
Okay. All right, let's take a minute and evaluate Theya's speech.